The lineal and WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has announced his next opponent. And while it's not the undisputed title fight boxing deserves, it's the next best thing for Fury. The Gypsy King is set to face the lineal MMA and former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou in Ngannou's first professional boxing bout. The fight has been simmering for over a year now, after Fury knocked out Whyte in April 2022 to retain his WBC belt. Ngannou stepped into the ring for an informal face-off that, at the time, could not be paid off due to Ngannou's contract with the UFC. In January of this year, though, Ngannou was let go by the UFC, or Ngannou left the UFC, depending on who you believe. The 36-year-old has now signed with the PFL and ensured the contract would allow him to box. Details are scarce right now, but if it is a boxing match in a boxing ring with boxing gloves, you can bet Fury is ready to bet the house on himself. Ngannou has never boxed before, and the Gypsy King is the best heavyweight of his generation. It should be a cakewalk. It's crazy to say it, but Fury versus Ngannou, in what will be one of the biggest fights in combat history, will take place in Saudi Arabia this October 28th. Good luck, Francis. What could possibly go wrong? Unified heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk has announced his next fight, and it's not far away. The Ukrainian will face Britain's Daniel Dubois in Poland, and it's happening next month. The former undisputed cruiserweight champion Usyk snatched the WBA, IBF, and WBO titles from Anthony Joshua in London in September of 2021, before winning the rematch in August last year in Saudi Arabia. The undefeated Usyk was scheduled to face the WBC and lineal champion Tyson Fury for the undisputed title at Wembley in April. Those negotiations fell through due to contractual disputes. With the Fury fight off the table, the 36-year-old was ordered to face his WBA mandatory challenger, Daniel Dubois. The 26-year-old has won 19 of his 20 fights since turning pro in 2017, 18 of which were by knockout. Usyk versus Dubois for 3 of the 4 belts at heavyweight is scheduled to go down at the Tarczyński Arena in Wrocław, Poland this August 26th. Let's hope Tyson Fury will eventually take on the winner. Staying with the heavyweights, the former 2-time unified champion Anthony Joshua has announced his next fight. AJ is taking a rematch with his fellow Londoner Whyte this August, and the two men will fight in their hometown. After back-to-back defeats to Usyk, Joshua's latest run at the titles began with a decision victory over Jermaine Franklin in April. Like Usyk, AJ came close to securing a fight with Tyson Fury, but that fight also fell through, leaving Joshua to look elsewhere. They're calling it a history of violence, but it's set to go down at the same place it went down the first time, the O2 Arena in London, and that's scheduled for this August 12. To the super middleweights, Canelo Alvarez could be set for some serious deja vu. That's according to Showtime president Steven Espinoza. The first fight of the undisputed champ's new 3-fight deal with PBC will be against the undisputed junior middleweight champion Charlos. That much is known. Now, Espinoza is saying that Jermel's brother, Jermal, the WBC middleweight champion, will also get a shot at Canelo as one of the Mexican's other 2 fights. But that might not be the case for Canelo. While he is still the sport's most lucrative star, his last 3 bouts against Dmitry Bivol, Gennady Golovkin, and John Ryder were financial disappointments compared to his previous encounters. If Canelo versus Jermel doesn't sell pay-per-views, and the result is anything other than an extremely close battle in which Canelo wins, it's likely that a fight against Jermal will do even less buys. So let's see how Canelo goes with that. And to non-title fights, former UFC fighter Nate Diaz has addressed concerns about his brain having taken too much damage to be still fighting. Diaz is set to make his pro boxing debut this August 5th against YouTube-turned-boxer and promoter Jake Paul. This has caused some fans and experts alike to mention the possibility of CTE affecting the fighter from Stockton, citing his speech as proof.
I feel the same now as I did when I was 18.
So these are talking about how I talk and how I've got CTE or some I'm like, bro, I've been talking this way the whole time, explained Diaz. It's got nothing to do with getting hit or none of that. I'm smarter now than ever. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.